If you've ever taken a trip or visited a Middle Eastern country, you may have wondered what the colorful scarf wrapped around a gentleman's head symbolizes, or the meaning behind the beads hanging from an elder man's hands represents. Take a trip to Afghanistan if you ever get the chance, and you'll surely see plenty of both. Hello everyone. Tonight I will give you a brief look into the characteristics of the Pashmina Afghan scarf, as well as some insight into religious prayer beads common in Muslim countries and used by millions throughout the world. After this briefing, you will have a clearer understanding of the unique origins of the Pashmina scarf worn by countless people, along with information about prayer beads used by untold Muslims around the globe. Let us begin with a discussion on the characteristics and the origin of the Pashmina Afghan scarf. Pashmina is the wool from the Pashmina goat, an animal that is native to the mountains of Nepal and other mountainous areas in countries around Nepal. It is often called Pashmina Cashmere, but can be distinguished from cashmere as the fibers of Pashmina are much thinner. The finest Pashmina comes from the goats that roam the mountains of Nepal. As the weather there is so cold, the goats have adapted by growing an inner fur coat that is used as Pashmina wool. This is covered by a thicker outside coat of coarser wool. The goats shed this inner covering of wool once a year. Only 3 to 6 ounces of wool is recovered from a single animal. The wool is brought into Afghanistan and there woven into Pashmina scarves, shawls, and wraps and all other products. This is what many Afghans and people in various Muslim countries use on a day-to-day basis. Pashmina wool. You may have seen gentlemen with wraps around their heads, or women with this covered over their head, covering their faces. It's very popular in Afghanistan, very popular in the Middle East. If you're in this region, you will see, you won't be able to walk down the street without seeing a Pashmina scarf, shawl, or some type of wrap at any point in time when you're on the streets of a Middle Eastern country. So this is it right here, Pashmina Afghan scarf. Very nice. Now that we've discussed the Pashmina scarf in common use in Afghanistan, let's move into talking about religious prayer beads used by many around the world. According to the Museum of Anthropology, over 2/3 of the world's population employ prayer beads as a part of their religious practices. Prayer beads have a variety of forms and meanings, but the most basic purpose is the same: to assist the worshiper in reciting and counting specific prayers or incantations. Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, and Hinduism are the major religions that use prayer beads as important ritualistic roles. Okay, so these are prayer beads. You'll see this again in any kind of Middle Eastern country. You'll see ages ranging from 10 to 80. You'll see individuals with these, mostly men. You'll see them reciting different prayers to themselves, basically. But they'll with each prayer, they will flip the bead, and then recite another prayer. Flip the bead. So they'll continue to do this until they get through all 33 or however many prayers they're reciting. This piece here has 33 beads on it for 33 prayers. and this is pretty much the standard. Most religious prayer beads you'll see have a minimum of 33. Some have more, 50, 60. I've seen different amounts. But this is what they are. Very. It's like Americans with cell phones. You know, you can't go anywhere without seeing someone from the Middle East using one of these. So this is it. Prayer beads, very common in Muslim countries throughout the world. Now that we've talked about both the characteristics of the Pashmina Afghan scarf and the origins of prayer beads used by millions around the world, let us conclude tonight's presentation. Hopefully you've learned some interesting facts about the material Pashmina is made out of. Hopefully you've learned some information, some helpful information about prayer beads, and that many people in Middle Eastern countries hold dear. Thank you for your attention, and have a great night.